I never thought the sentence that would change my entire life would be spoken so casually, over a phone call, while I was folding my daughter's laundry. Your child isn't important enough to attend my son's graduation. There was no pause, no hesitation, just that. Like he was talking about a chair that wouldn't fit in the room. I remember staring at the tiny blue dress in my hands, the one my daughter Lily had picked out herself because she wanted to look pretty for Uncle Ryan's big day. My fingers tightened around the fabric, as if letting go would somehow make the words less real. "What did you say?" I asked, my voice strangely calm. Ryan exhaled on the other end of the line, annoyed. "Don't make this dramatic, Emma. The venue has limited seating. Family only." I swallowed. "She is family." There was silence, then a scoff. "She's your family." That was the moment something inside me cracked, but quietly. No screaming, no tears, just a cold, sharp understanding settling into my chest. My younger brother didn't just insult my child. He erased her. And the rest of my family. They let him. The golden child. Ryan has always been the golden child. Growing up in Ohio, in a neat suburban neighborhood where every lawn looked the same, my parents built their lives around him like gravity bent in his direction. Straight A's, varsity sports, top-tier college, prestigious career. Ryan collected achievements the way some people collect souvenirs. I was acceptable. I did well in school, went to college, married young, and became a mother by 26. That was when the shift happened. The subtle disappointment. The comments disguised as concern. "You had so much potential, Emma. Don't you miss having freedom? Ryan's really going places." When my marriage fell apart 2 years later, when Lily's father decided fatherhood was optional, the disappointment turned into quiet judgment. Single mom, one income, a child who cried when I worked late. Ryan, meanwhile, married his college sweetheart, bought a house before 30, and had a son, Ethan, who was celebrated like the second coming. Family gatherings became performances. Ryan's promotions, Ryan's vacations, Ryan's kid. Lily sat beside me, coloring quietly, invisible unless she made noise. Then she was too sensitive or too much. I noticed. I always noticed. The graduation announcement. When Ryan announced Ethan's kindergarten graduation party, the family group chat exploded. Balloons, emojis, congratulations. Mom immediately volunteered to help plan. Dad offered to pay for catering. My aunt shared photos of custom banners. Lily leaned over my shoulder, eyes wide. "Mommy, can I go? I want to clap for Ethan." I smiled. "Of course, sweetheart." That was before the call. Ryan didn't even sound cruel. That's what hurt the most. He sounded practical. "It's not personal," he said. "We're keeping it small." I laughed softly, thinking it was a joke. "Ryan, it's kindergarten. There are parents bringing cousins, neighbors." "Emma," he interrupted, "don't push this." I felt heat rise to my face. "So everyone else's kids matter, just not mine." He paused, then said it. "Your child isn't important enough to attend." I ended the call without another word. Family silence is loud. I didn't tell Lily right away. I waited until she asked again about her dress. That night, I sat on her bed while she hugged her stuffed bunny, listening as I explained gently that plans had changed. Her lip trembled. Did I do something bad? That question nearly broke me. "No," I said quickly, pulling her close. "Never, this has nothing to do with you." But how do you explain adult cruelty to a 6-year-old? The next day, I called my mother. She sighed like I was inconveniencing her. "Ryan told me, Emma, you need to be the bigger person." "The bigger person," I repeated. "He excluded my child." "It's his event. And she's his niece." "Emma," she said sharply, "don't ruin this over your feelings." My father didn't even call me back. My aunt texted, "It's not worth causing drama." Drama. That's what my child's pain was to them. The decision. I cried that night. Not loud, Not dramatically, just quiet tears in the kitchen after Lily went to sleep. I stared at the calendar on the fridge, rent due, bills marked in red, Lily's school events circled in blue. I thought about how often I swallowed my pride to keep peace, how often I let Ryan speak over me, how often Lily watched me shrink. And I realized something terrifyingly clear. If I didn't stand up now, I never would. So I stopped calling, stopped texting, stopped explaining. When my mother messaged asking if I'd changed my mind about attending the graduation without Lily, I didn't respond. Instead, I focused on my life. And quietly, I began planning. What Ryan didn't know. Ryan thought I was struggling. And yes, I was a single mom with a modest income. But what Ryan never paid attention to was what I did with what I had. He didn't know I'd been freelancing for a tech company on the side for 3 years. He didn't know I'd saved aggressively after my divorce. He didn't know I owned the condo I lived in outright, no mortgage. And he definitely didn't know that the small startup he was partnering with for his big career move. I was their silent investor. I had kept my mouth shut for years, let them underestimate me, let them believe I was the family charity case. But when Ryan told me my child didn't matter, something changed. Graduation day. On the day of Ethan's graduation, I took Lily out for ice cream. She wore her blue dress anyway. We laughed, took photos. I told her how proud I was of her kindness, her curiosity, her heart. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed nonstop. Missed calls, messages. Mom, are you coming? Aunt, Ryan's upset you're making this about you. Ryan, you're being dramatic. I silenced my phone. Because for the first time in my life, I wasn't reacting. I was waiting. Ryan didn't notice my silence at first. He was too busy basking in the afterglow of Ethan's graduation party, the photos, the praise, the comments about what a perfect family he had built. My mother reposted everything. My aunt left heart emojis. My father commented, "So proud of you, son." I watched it all quietly. Because pride is loud. But consequences move silently. The call that changed everything. 3 weeks after the graduation, my phone rang at 6:42 a.m. Ryan's name flashed on the screen. That alone told me something was wrong. I let it ring. Then again. And again. Finally, I answered. "Emma," he said, breathless, "did you know about this?" "About what?" I asked calmly, pouring coffee. "The investors pulled out. Overnight, the deal's frozen." I took a slow sip. "That's unfortunate." "Don't play dumb," he snapped. "You're involved with this company, aren't you?" There it was. The moment realization finally caught up with him. "I am," I said, "have been for years." Silence. Then, softer, "Why didn't you ever say anything?" I smiled, not with joy but with clarity. "You never asked." The truth comes out. Ryan showed up at my condo that evening. No arrogance, no confidence, just panic. "I need you to fix this," he said. "I've already told everyone this partnership was a sure thing." I leaned against the counter, arms crossed. And now they're saying there are concerns. "Yes," I said, "concerns about leadership, values, long-term vision." He stared at me. "You're doing this on purpose." I met his eyes. "I didn't exclude your son. I didn't humiliate a child. I didn't tell anyone they didn't matter." His jaw tightened. "This is revenge." "No," I said quietly. "This is alignment." Family reactions. The fallout was fast. Ryan's promotion was delayed. The partnership was restructured, without him at the helm. Whispers started. My mother called, frantic. "Emma, what's going on? Ryan's devastated." I finally said the words I'd held back for years. "Did you know," he told Lily, "she wasn't important enough?" Silence. "I asked you to be the bigger person," she said weakly. "And I was," I replied. "I just stopped being the smaller one." My father came by a week later. He looked older, tired. I didn't realize how much we overlooked you, he admitted. I nodded. That doesn't change what happened. No, he said, but I'd like to try. Ryan breaks. Ryan called me late one night. His voice cracked. I didn't mean it like that. But you said it, I replied. I was stressed, I didn't think. You thought, I said gently. You just didn't care. There was a long pause. Does Lily really hate me? He asked. She doesn't, I said. She just stopped expecting anything from you. That hurt him more than anything else. The moment of closure. A month later, Lily had her own school assembly. She stood on stage, nervous but proud, holding a paper star she'd earned for kindness. When she spotted me in the crowd, her face lit up. I clapped until my hands hurt. Afterward, she ran into my arms. Did I do good, Mommy? You were amazing, I said. Ryan stood a few feet away. He'd come quietly, no announcement. I'd like to say congratulations, he told Lily softly. She smiled politely. Thank you. Not forgiveness. Not rejection. Just boundaries. What I learned. Ryan lost his illusion of control. My parents lost their excuses. And I lost the fear of standing up. But what I gained? A daughter who knows she matters. A voice I won't silence again. And a life built on respect, not approval. Some people think revenge has to be loud. Mine was. It was simply choosing my child, every time. Final words. If you ever hear someone say your child doesn't matter, believe them. Then show them exactly what happens when you stop protecting their comfort. Because love, when backed by strength, is the hardest lesson of all. End of story.